When you're first starting this journey, it is very difficult. You feel very overwhelmed with everything facing you, but there is hope. It does get better, where you kind of grow in your role as a Dravet parent, and you know, learn how to manage things, and then, you know, it just starts to feel better. Even though you're still dealing with the same stuff, you kind of know what to do and how to do it.
I think having another person to talk to, you know, and all of us here are fortunate enough that we have an active, involved spouse, but it doesn't always, for some people it may not be a spouse, maybe, somebody else but I think every Dravet caregiver should have that. Like, I feel that's so important, like another support, spouse is ideal, because like we really know what each other go through on a level that nobody else does.
Some of the resources that have helped us, obviously Facebook, the Dravet support group on there. I have more faith in Dravet parents than doctors sometimes, because they've been through it, and I get a lot of my advice from there. Going to the Dravet functions helps to network with other parents, like when they have the conference. That was very helpful.
I actually like to just hear stories that are relatable, so I don't feel like I'm alone in this situation. So just to hear other parents share their stories about their kids who have seizures and other health issues that come with Dravet is really helpful to know that I'm not alone.
Can I say one thing about the support group? And this just comes from my background in communication. This has been, being here with you has been wonderful for me, to hear the stories of parents and families and to get perspective.
The Dravet community has always been a great support, but what we need more help with is the team of doctors. Dravet doctors tend to work solely on the seizures, which obviously is the first thing most parents are going to be concerned about. We're all concerned about that, especially when our child is first diagnosed. But what needs to be recognized is that it's not just about the seizures, it's about the whole child. And a lot of that is the mental health of the child, the behaviors, whether they come from the seizures, the medication, the autism, comorbidities. You don't know what's going to arise. But I think the community of neurologists and doctors need to understand better that these are real struggles that families are going to face. Most likely, very few do not face the struggles of behavior, whether or not seizures are fully controlled. And I think it's a big quality of life issue for the child as well as the family.
So I feel really lucky that we have found a physician that we feel we are partnered with in caring for our son. I don't feel the physician is dictating to us what to do, and I don't feel we're dictating to them. I feel we are working together. They listen to us and consider what we say versus just saying, this is what you should do. I'm the doctor, I say so. And that's invaluable.
Absolutely.
I think the biggest thing that new families can do is not shy away from the disease. And what I mean by that is, get involved with the Dravet Syndrome Foundation as soon as possible, because so many times parents will have the answers long before doctors will. And finding others who are going through the same life that you are makes you feel that you can do this and that you are not alone, and that perhaps they have a secret that you haven't heard yet that you can try. And I think that's really helpful, that I didn't do in the beginning. I was so scared that I didn't want to hear other people's stories, because I couldn't figure out what my life would be like if I heard theirs. And I thought it would be better if I just learned as I went, until I switched on that and became really invested in looking up other people's stories and trying to figure out some things that they did, and they did better. It was actually a Dravet mom that kind of slapped me into gear when it came to some of our mistakes in treatment right away, and she totally flipped the way I was approaching the disease. And if I hadn't had that conversation with her, I probably would have been on a path that was not in his best interest, that I didn't know at the time, but that really helped us steer him into a better place. And so I think embracing what the disease, I guess, can offer you, there's so much support out of the Dravet group. And even finding people's experiences with doctors and what they've done to help themselves and their child and their families from people that have been through it, I think would be the best advice that I could possibly give on an emotional level for families that are just starting out.